Never. Whoa! Hey,
What's up?
Pads on.
you got it set to Damon's level.
Yeah.
A little hot.
Little hot.
Little hot.
All right.
Yeah.
Turn it down.
Hope it don't burn.
Yeah, is that your Dr. Pepper rapper name? Little hot.
Yeah.
Little hot, little sweet coming out at you.
A little hot, big man.
MC Loud Pad.
No. Guess what, everybody? It's the one. I gotta scream. It's so loud.
Yeah.
It's the 100th episode of That Checks Out.
Yeah. Start the music, Mac.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted for the century episode. I'm Ted. That makes him Damon. Max back there. I can't see him or hear him at this point. I am deaf.
Yeah. Is that like some cool new slang?
It's so loud.
No, I mean I can't hear you. Is that what all the young kids are saying? You're so deaf,
Hold
man.
on. Let me pull a can away from my ear real quick. I did that and almost murdered myself.
Right. Yeah. Well, I've been telling him all morning. Pad's not on. Pad's not on. He keeps giving me this look. He turned it on and he put it on like DEFCON 12. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah. David, how was your week? I hung out with your ma. Go ahead.
Wait. What?
She was at the show on Wednesday.
Yeah.
The one that you made fun of me on Thursday.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. The Monkey Mosh Pit show.
I cleaned up after Ted.
Yeah. Nice post, Mac.
What you couldn't see in that picture were 32 Coors Light cans.
Right where Ted was sitting.
Yeah, it got kind of like those olds got kind of nuts in that. There was
I
one
can
guy
imagine.
right in the front who
Yeah.
had to be 7'2" if he was an inch. And he was literally right in the front. He could have literally just reached up and grabbed anything off the first 5 feet of stage.
Right.
And he's just jamming it. Just jamming it. And I'm like,
We should clear up. You
calm
saw-
down.
Mickey's
I saw
Monkey
Mickey
Mania.
Dolenz.
Yeah.
Mickey Dolenz celebrates the monkeys because he's the only one left.
Yeah.
They don't have any songs you can jam that hard to.
Right.
And this guy was into it.
That's pretty cool though.
I mean, he was like doing like the finger guns in the air, like up ahead. He was so tall. I think he literally could have high-fived Mickey from where he was sitting. It was ridiculous.
I should never be eye to eye with somebody in
Yeah.
the audience. Crazy.
Hey, sir, can you sit down? I am sitting.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Don't question me. Hey, I tell you what. We had our thing about the sayings that are dead and this and that. I like when the new stuff is LOL and OMG and all that stuff. Ours, just a little behind the scenes. If I say something to Ted that he therefore does laugh out loud about, his response for LOL is, I hate you. Okay? That's his response.
Yeah, usually.
Texted back to me.
I mean, that's just you've made noise.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So my
Are you
defense
breathing?
is I
hate you.
I hate you.
I hate you. Mine is deck. Okay. Little behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's what happens in a text. If he does really get me where it's like, okay, I didn't see that coming. I literally look stupid now. I'm in front of people and they're like, what are you doing? And then you have to, sometimes you have to explain. Sometimes you can't elaborate on it. But yeah, mine is deck and his is, I hate you. So I just thought I'd go back to that because that's our LOL. And I thought about it because I saw our messages this week and I thought about it. And I do want a quick shout out to Facebook. Keep guessing. And when I say that, keep guessing people that I want to follow every one of their posts. Because I only have, I don't know, 700 friends, 800, whatever's on there. And the unlucky people, I have 700, 800 unlucky people that claim to know me. Every day, it wants to tell me, as soon as you say no, that I don't want to see these posts from these people anymore, it gives you more people. More people. It is yet to hit anybody that I want to see.
One of my comedian friends put on there, like, you want to know how fast time flies? Block someone for 30 days. And see how quick that wraps up, because suddenly you're like, what, didn't I block this guy?
Right.
Like, oh my God, it's been a month?
That's pretty solid.
I've done that. I've been like, why am I seeing these again?
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's been 30 days.
Time to do it again. All right. But no, it just keeps guessing. It is yet to nail anything.
Well, there was a little drama in the comedy scene up here where this one guy did a thing and no one really liked him.
Yeah.
But because he was in the groups, like being a troll, suddenly he popped up on everyone's thing. You might know this guy. Yeah, we do. Don't want him in my feed. I know exactly who that guy is.
Right.
Please take him off my screen.
Right. So quick catching up.
Speaking of Facebook,
Oh yeah.
I hate it when people, like, couples use the same Facebook account.
Yeah.
Because then you can't tell who it is. Joint.
So you already
Social
read
media-
off my
yeah,
scene.
that was
You
the
read
best
off
part.
my screen.
Don't leave your phone on when you go to the bathroom. Anyway, about this week.
No. Here, listen. About the week then, I'll go right to dead to me. And you're dead to me.
I'm back on the list, baby.
people who, Wilson, of course, he has an infinite spot, like off to the left. We don't even count him on the list anymore. But then it is people with joint social media accounts, because I really do. It's the whole like, hey, Connie Daryl. It's like, no, that's not. Who am I talking to?
Just to have none.
Yeah.
Or just have one and have them be like, hey, they put this on there. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So there's only two reasons you would really have that. Is one, you're lazy, or two, you don't trust the other one.
Oh, no, or are you guys sharing a phone?
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
Who dis? I need Connie. Okay, Daryl. It's like,
Keep your pants on, Daryl.
yeah. But I want to know, Connie Daryl, who liked my perverted picture,
Right.
and who blocked me for 30 days.
Connie, I had no idea.
Yeah.
This changes everything.
Yeah. I can't slide into a Connie Daryl DM and feel confident about anything that's about to happen. So no, that really does bother me. So, and you saw that on my list, and I love that, because first off, little more behind the scenes, my print is set to read it from the Hubble telescope. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see this from space.
Right.
You can see my phone, and what I'm saying. I'm not hiding anything.
It's funny you say
from
that,
the
because my mom went back to the monkey show. My mom went
Yeah.
with me, and I took a picture, and she said, "Can you send that to some people?" And I said, "Sure." And then I said, "Oh, you got a response?" She's like, "Oh, can I see it?" And I was like, "Hold on, let me send it to Damon." And I literally two-fingered as wide as my fingers would spread on my phone. I'm like, "Yeah, there you go."
There you go. Now you can
I
see
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she read it, immediately went, "Whoop, back to human." All right, we're back now.
I shrink back down quite a bit too.
Yeah.
So
To the pool.
Yeah. To the pool. I got baptized this week. We don't get religious or anything, but I did do that. And I will tell you right now, this is why it's worth talking about. You will never, ever, ever find a situation where a possible or potential homicide by drowning is more openly discussed in a church than before I got in that pool by everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to let him up?
Yeah. I'm disappointed. That link that was shared to me was just like a general donation to the church.
Correct.
It had nothing to do with.
They did not earmark that for Damon's bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to confirm? Cancel.
Right. But even to be greeted at the door by pastors that are not doing the dipping, the dunking, and to be like, hey, he didn't tell you he's letting you up, did he? Because we don't condone lying. So
you say that, but that's actually efficient. To dunk you is like dunking 500 donuts at once.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
No, I'm
and boom, everything's dunked. Let's go.
No, I'm hungry. Yeah. Way to clear up the rest of the day. Well, look, I just got Paracchio in the morning. Pretty free after that. Pretty free. Why? Because there's really going to be no up motion. It's just a down,
I watched it. I wisely did not turn on the sound.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah.
I assume you were cracking wise while you were up there?
I was not. Here's the deal. You take certain things here, and again, we never get religious. I'm not doing this to be religious. I'm doing this because the story, it needs a tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just does. But it's funny because the pastor, he's a good family friend of ours. I've known him for years and years. And he texted me ahead of time. He's like, I'm very excited for tomorrow. And my response was, I've resigned myself to know that if I see the bottom of your foot, I just wasn't meant to come back up. You know what I mean? That's what I told him. And it was just it was amazing how, because of what it's meant to be, I did get to have fun with it, because that's how, when I'm nervous, when I'm nervous, I joke.
Well,
and so I was
you
very.
think you joke.
Yeah.
You're more like prattle.
Yeah.
No, this is funny, right?
Yeah.
So they had
Come
other
on, guys.
people. It wasn't just you, right? I want to know the mathematician that figured out to have enough water so they could dunk other people, but not enough water where it would sploosh out when you went in.
Well, that's why I was the encore. I believe it was more like, hey, you know when Shamu comes out after the Dolphins and hits the water, we got to put a little more in the tank.
Hey, everybody, we're going to sing hymnal 462 while we let some water out of this tub. And we're going to do verses 1, 2, and 3 this week.
It's like a Gallagher show. The first 4 rows got plastic. Okay, look, he's going to come in pretty hot. We're not sure if he's coming back up, but he's going to come in pretty
I've never
hot.
the church's splash zone before. This is amazing. Why'd they pull the carpet and put tile down?
Right. So, and then the last, I'm getting out of the tub, and the head pastor's back there, and he goes, hey, that wasn't bad. I said, I thought it'd be a lot more Mississippis when I was underwater. That's what I told him, And he goes, me too,
See, if I were you, I was like, as you're going down, I would have been like, can you hold my nose?
Yeah.
Just to see me like.
So it's fun. We're backstage. What's neat is the pastor I did it with, not only being a friend of mine, but I chose him personally.
Why you gotta lie about a pastor?
Yeah, because he can't lie back. So anyway, because he's not here, Ted.
I hate you.
Right. Yeah. We found out why. He's not here. But no, it's funny. We're making jokes, and he says, you can hold your nose if you want to. And I go, why don't you hold my nose? That's what I told him. And he goes, what? I go, why don't you just put me down and be like, got your nose? And that's how you pull me up. And he's like, and we're sitting back here. And again, we're watching the screen and partaking and stuff. But as the band's singing in between, he's keeping it light. And I really did. I looked at him and I said, it means a lot to me that you're doing this for me. And I say that now, honestly. Then I stopped and I said, I'm going to start to get emotional. So I looked at him and said, now we're back to being mean to each other. He goes, I'm cool with that. And I was like, awesome. So like I said, it was a big deal for my family and for me, but I do, that's how I deal with stuff is I joke. And it was so weird to be greeted at the door with like, hey, you might die today. You know?
We're going to murder you.
I know you found him. You might see him. Okay. We don't know yet, but there's a possibility. So I did that. And then the other thing is, this is, again, I said my skill on Facebook on a post. I said that my number one superpower is making everything about me and taking credit for stuff.
Yeah, you didn't have to tell anyone about that.
Okay, well, first off, I think I have one that rivals it. And I did it in a text with you guys about how we're going to get a second meal, another meal out of our run today because we started so early, right?
Right.
I went with a buddy of mine to pick up a very expensive piece of equipment that he purchased, okay? While we're there in this small town that is literally 2 blocks long, I can't remember the name of it, or I'd tell you. It's 2 blocks long. This is the directions we got on the phone.
Because it's not named Damon or Paracchio.
Right, yeah. The directions we got on the phone were, he goes, well, where's the town at? And he goes, well, you remember where you saw this on the main road? And he goes, yeah. He says, you're going to go turn your head west, and you'll see the corn cribs. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, that's the town. And he goes, where do I find you in there? He goes, it's 2 blocks long. If you miss me, turn around. You know? And he wasn't lying. But when we get there, there's a cafe across the street by whatever little town name it is. Now, probably got good food there, right?
Well, they have to bring someone to there.
Right.
Because it's not like they're getting a lot of locals.
Yeah. So we didn't have breakfast. So now I'm thinking, how can I wrangle myself into this, right? I'm not going to put my buddy who just bought a huge piece of equipment on the spot for now buying a huge piece of breakfast for David, right? Think I should get 2?
This is where we differ.
Right. So anyway. Oh, you got the money for that. Apparently, you've got breakfast money. So what I did is, as the salesman's going through everything with him, he's got it up on the trailer. It's all chained down. We're good. And the salesman's going through stuff with him. And he goes, any more questions? I go, I have one. I says, now, is he going to get 2 vouchers for breakfast at that cafe over there? Or are you just going to buy him breakfast because he bought this? Because you remember, he brought help and I've been doing stuff. This is exactly what I said.
Right.
And the guy, now my buddy, his face is like, he's got him. We're going to get breakfast. Paracchio's on this, right? And he looks at him, he goes, well, I guess I'm going to buy 2 breakfasts over there. I said, okay. I said, that's cool. I said, we can get whatever we want off the menu too, right? Like, we're not going to be restricted. I said it like that.
Now, I know a guy usually gets some breakfast with his breakfast.
So fast forward. So now we got breakfast. He walks over there and like, he knows the girl's like, hey, Millie. And I'm making up the name. I don't know. I remember the name. He's like, hey, Millie, I'll pay when I come back to get my lunch later. Right. So it's small. It's like Mayberry, you know? Actually, it probably makes Mayberry look like a metropolis. So anyway, as he's leaving, he goes, but watch this guy. He only gets 1 breakfast. I'm like, you heard of me. I said it out loud to his face. I'm like, he knew. I go to Jeremy. I go, hey, now somebody does listen to my podcast. He knows me. But it was just very funny. So I have found my special power is finding a way to caress a second meal into any kind of outing where sometimes it's not at my expense.
That's the best part.
Yes. Yeah. So that was really good.
But we have a similar mentality. Like, I'm waiting for a part for one of my cars and I haven't heard anything. And the guy that is helping me, he's a part-time police officer, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I don't get it. Why are we still waiting for this part? I understand that there's a supply chain, but you have to know that you're across the street from one of the major grocery stores in town, and one of these cars has to park there. I'm not saying anything specifically,
right?
You being law enforcement and all, but I'm also saying, if you don't get what I'm saying. And he emails back. He's like, I'm confused. Call me at. I'm like, oh no, we're not putting anything where you can get this. Get my voice on anything.
Yeah. If you don't know what I'm saying, then you don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, clearly you don't know what I'm saying. But I know where there's an entire parking lot of parts.
Right. Is that East Green and Bensonville?
7 acres of used parts, starters, transmissions, batteries for all types of cars.
Waiting. Call me.
I was going to get that.
So, what about you? Anything to catch up on besides the monkey show, which we talked about? Anything else crazy? No. And you saw my mom. My mom and Don were there, so you saw her. Yeah. But
oh God. So I take my mom because it's a band from her era, right?
Right.
And I think she'll enjoy it. She did enjoy it. We kind of joked on the way up that
Right.
she really wasn't a huge fan when she was younger, but she was familiar with it and she had a good time.
Yeah.
But because of the infrastructure downtown, Mac's been there. He does jobs, from what I understand.
Yes.
There's no like
Of the hand nature.
Yeah, there's like no on-site parking. There's parking garages within the area.
Right.
So I dropped her off and I was like, okay, you wait here. I'm going to go get the car.
Yeah.
Get up there. Suddenly it's a 25-minute wait to get out of this parking garage because for some reason these people can't figure out how to put in a piece of paper and then follow it up with your credit card.
They got old people. It's old people credit cards. They're all trying to sign it.
Well, they're trying to put 2 pieces of paper in. Like, where do I put the check?
Right.
Now, my mom, being an old, does not carry, has a cell phone, only uses it at home.
Correct.
She also has a landline.
Yeah.
Why do you need a cell phone if you have a landline and you're never going to take your cell phone with her? Because I left her because I didn't want her to have to walk up to the second level. But I'm basically on the ramp, maybe 4 cars from the end for 15 minutes. I was like, if you just come, I wanted to call her and be like, come down a block, turn left, come up a ramp. I'm right here.
Yeah, you're in the car.
I'm in the car.
Before we ever get to the gate.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Call. 9 rings because I don't know how you can have your cell phone set to 9 rings. But nope, goes to voicemail. Like, no, she'll see that maybe in May.
Yeah.
And so I hang up.
She texts you back today. Hey.
I finally get up there. I'm like, maybe there's something wrong with it. I get up there, put in my credit card. Boom, thing pops right up. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
There's no way. I pull out the car that pulls out in front of me, pulls off to the same, like near the place I told my mom to wait, but not the place I told my mom to wait.
Right.
Near it. She starts making a beeline for that car. I have to now drive past her because that's the place that whether I'm honking.
Where you instructed her to be.
Yeah. And I'm honking and she's like looking at me like, who's this guy? What are we doing over here? Why are you honking at me? So like,
yeah. Mom, everybody.
And then
right there.
she gets in and she's like shivering and I feel like it total. Like,
yeah. That was a
there
very
was
bad
no way I
storm
could have
night.
picked her up
You're
carried her up the stairs to the.
She could be your backpack while you run. I said that. It could happen.
That's in an elevator, Joliet.
Hey, you know what else I learned this week? Seriously, in my house. Now you know my toilet paper situation. We've made no bones about saying, hey, I basically
That's
use
what I was going to say
loose leaf paper.
last week when you were here.
Yeah.
Using a tissue roll as Kleenex.
Yeah.
Because of your sinus thing. I was like, how are you going to have a nose after that?
Yeah, I believe it or not, I went through like 3 packages.
Believe it or not, Damon wiped off his nose.
I did. But I have to be like, I have to be technical on all of my medical jargon for names. Otherwise, I don't. Can you use technical and jargon in the same sentence?
Yeah, you can.
I just did.
Yeah,
should I air quote it?
No,
does that make it legit?
It does flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, did I ruin it with the air quotes?
Yeah. Well, you ruin everything with air quotes.
Okay,
so.
gotcha. So, but like we have
I'm
everything.
I'm concerned because we started this with you talking about your toilet paper, and now you're talking about technical jargon. I don't know where we're going. I literally, thank you, Rod Lowe, do not know where we're going with this.
I think what I'm going to need is a hand later is what I'm asking for in a roundabout way. But anyway, no, everything in my house has the name Equate on it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's all like an off-brand from an off-brand store. It's not even like
yours is literally you have stuff that literally says compare this to the generic great value brand,
right?
Which compares to Tylenol,
right? Yeah. Sudafed. No, compare this to Walfed. It's not that good. Okay, it's not that good. And it's slightly more. Yeah. But anyway, so I have this. So Nicole tells me, she goes, you need to go take aspirin. I'm like, I would if I know what it is.
Oh, and aspirin is just aspirin.
Not in the Equate. It's I can't remember what it's called. But it's not. It does not have aspirin on the bottle.
Well, aspirin is.
I'm sorry. When
Tylenol,
I say aspirin,
acetaminophen.
Tylenol, acetaminophen. That's what it is.
Yeah, I was like, aspirin is aspirin, man.
Right? No, you're correct. You're correct. I'm sorry. So, but it was. She goes, you need to take Tylenol. Cool. I would if I had a degree in medicine and knew what this was, and
Yeah.
And so the same thing. I have these like a sleeping aid that I have from the hospital from when I was in the hospital, and I still use those occasionally. And so I said, I'm going to take one of those. So because of my sickness, I was not sleeping well.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to take one of those. So now in the hospital, they would give me 2. Okay. And then I would take like, I call them, I don't give a shit pills, but they're basically like, Xanax or something, maybe, something like that. Again, it's in my house. It's generic.
Mac, they're in the hospital. Like that guy, one's not going to put that guy down.
Yeah. So
give that guy 2.
Do we have any of those shots that Mac's dad distributes to horses? That's the first thing they ask.
Bring 2.
Yeah, bring 2.
All right. So you're looking for your generic.
So I'm looking for acetaminophen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, did I say that right?
Yes.
Yes, I did. So anyway, so I'm looking for this. I find it. I'm like, cool. So this is Tylenol.
No.
So now I want to write Tylenol on the bottle.
Right.
Bad part is we're going to throw that bottle away someday and get another bottle of acetaminophen, and I'm going to have no idea what it is. But I take this. It's called Trazodone. Okay. So I said, cool. Well, one night I went and took them, and I didn't pay attention. I took 2. Well, the ones they gave me for at home, they doubled the dose.
Oh, so you needed one.
Yeah. So I told her, and I took 2 of those. And I took one of my I don't give a shit pills. She didn't think I was going to wake up. Okay. And good news is
You have a very, very rude knack of waking up.
Yeah.
You keep waking up.
I let so many people down on a daily basis. It's
Let
not even
yourself
funny.
down.
It's not even
And
funny.
don't get back up.
Yeah. Why does this have to be about Team Damon all the time? But what's funny is I put 2 of them on the counter, and on the pill bottle now it says only take 1 for sleep. She wrote it in red marker. I don't read none of that. My hand's over it when I'm
Right.
opening the bottle. So I got 2 on the counter, and she goes, "No, remember you only take 1 of those." And I go, "Huh?" And I didn't put them in my mouth yet. And I go, and she looks over and I go, she goes, "You were going to take 2 of those?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Don't remember when you did that?" I said, "I don't." You know?
No, of course you didn't. You literally
I don't.
Men in blacked yourself that
Yeah.
night.
But at least that has, again, I don't know what Trazodone is or what it does. I'm not a doctor, but I get in my medicine cabinet. I would love to see, ibuprofen written as ibuprofen. I would love to see Tylenol on a bottle.
Yeah. Well,
I would love to see
most
that.
people would know that as Advil, the ibuprofen. So
Well, I don't have Advil.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know ibuprofen, but you didn't know acetaminophen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What I love is when you go to the doctor and they're like, "Well, can you tell us your prescriptions? Like, what are you taking?" Like,
yeah.
Don't you know that?
Yeah.
I got them from you.
Right. Right. You were the worst drug dealer ever.
Yeah. Are we just gonna like? Are you asking me like which ones are you still taking? Because we know we give people stuff and they don't take it, or
Right.
they take extra stuff. Like, what are you asking? Just come out and say
Right.
that. Because when you're like, "So what are your prescriptions?" Like, it's in a list right there. I can
Yeah.
see it.
And somewhere there's
I think if I said this on the podcast before, like they think that everything needs to be set for Damon in hospitals,
Right.
but it's not, and they don't think I can read it. And I'm like, that's not my chart. That guy's gonna die. Why is that? People do that all the time. I can see like the old charts up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to close that. I can read it all.
Right. Yeah.
I did it one time. I was like, so you needed to do this, this, and this, and the eyes got wide. And like, how do you know that? I'm like, I read it off the screen. You just typed it. I'm only 4 feet from it.
Ted he finds everybody on Facebook, and then he gives them their bad news.
Yeah.
Hey, I read your chart.
Yeah.
Listen,
September 24th in your sleep.
this is not going to end well for you.
Yeah.
Did they? I can't believe he didn't tell you.
Didn't tell you.
Oh, okay. Here's what I know.
Well, that's a HIPAA violation. No, your doctor can't tell me. I
Correct.
can tell you.
Correct.
That's totally legal.
We have 0 relationship until now. Now we're buddies. Okay.
I can tell you.
Yeah. You're just the bearer of bad news.
Yeah.
Doctor's like, hey, do you
Listen,
mind,
I'm a
mind
comedian. You're going to want to hear this from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind calling this guy and putting a spin on it that might cheer him up?
I can make this funny. I won't, but I can.
Right. You know what's funny about that rash? I got a 3-minute bit. We're going to find out.
I don't do anything for free. You can come see me.
Right. That's what you
Yeah,
call him up. You're
yeah.
like, look, I got some bad news. You can meet me, and you give him the coordinates of the comedy club. You're
You
at.
probably want to see me at Old Town tonight because
More-
you're going to see some news.
and you got it on the screen
Yeah,
behind you.
yeah.
It's his medical
Right.
chart.
How did you get? I took a picture of it.
I
It
took
was
a-
on the screen forever,
It's on
man.
the screen. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
didn't know I have it typed out from memory. That doesn't look medical. What? It's Word.
Yeah, it's where. Yeah, we all know what acetaminophen is. Okay,
It's just a notepad. Just that really crappy notepad font. I can't afford Word. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, come on, man. What do you think at Microsoft
I'm not a
Office on my
doctor.
phone?
I just read one off the screen. 100th episode, everybody.
Yeah, 100th episode. We still suck. I do like Max Take though. He's like, hey, can you make it funny? That's really good, you know. Hey, when the doctor leans over.
100 episodes ends. I got to ask, guys. I'm not talking about your bit right now. Can you just make anything funny?
Yeah, this is not really predicated on what you're saying right
Yeah,
now.
I wasn't listening to what you're talking about. I'm just asking you in general.
Yeah,
Can you make it funny?
I'm still trying to figure out if I know a guy from earlier today. And I know you do. So that's fine. Anyway,
He'll be in later if you want to meet him.
no.
No, because we will be doing dumb stuff in Michigan.
Yes. We have some very dumb stuff we're doing. Besides this podcast
Yeah.
right now. Hey, let's do a couple of mind-blowing facts. All right. I really like these. I don't know why. I've really gotten into these because you can find them and they're quick, they're short, they're to the point, and if they suck, we can move on. You know.
Should have figured that out 92 episodes.
Our new thing, 3-minute podcast. Max, like I charge for an hour minimum. Damn it.
That checks out with Damon and Ted. Find us at
the intro music's not even over, and the outro music's coming in.
Hey Dan, we're gonna need a shorter intro.
Yeah. Maybe you and Macaulay could give us a tight 70.
Tight 25.
Yeah. So pirates wore eye patches to have one eye adjusted to the top deck and the other already adjusted for darkness when going below deck.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that, but I would feel this would really backfire when you're coming back above deck. That's got to be brutal. Right? There's nothing that's going to, you don't leave a flashlight in your other eye so that when you get up,
you just pour it right in.
Pirates probably didn't have, we
was,
got any
It
Duracell?
was the 1600s. The sun wasn't as bright back then. It's different.
It was the 1600s.
Sun wasn't as bright.
Oh,
They proved that on Mythbusters. They did that.
It is a real thing.
Yeah, they had at the end, they had a pirate pop out. Well, I think one was a pirate and one wasn't. You were supposed to stab the right one. And when they didn't do the thing, like Adam was just like stabbing the crap out of everything. Because he knew that something was going to pop up and he had to stab it. So he was literally just like, cannonball, stab it. Pot of gold, stab it. Because he couldn't see. And then he went down. He's like, oh, that wasn't right at all.
It sounds like me.
Yeah.
I put on Chuck's Oculus the other day because he's got one of the, and you were saying your kids have them.
Yeah.
And
I was playing last night. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put it on and he's got this game. It's weird, but then when you turn the grid on and you can actually see people coming towards you and you can see outside.
Yeah.
So he turns the grid on for a second and I'm doing this so I can see him and he starts walking towards me to take it and I go, zombies. And I just start going nuts. Zombies. And I'm making this, I just keep saying it over and over and I beat the piss out of him. Right. And Nicole and Miss are dying laughing. And he's like, Dad's not allowed to play with this anymore. You know? But that's the whole thing. Yeah. So I understand the stab, the cannonball stab. You don't understand what's coming at you.
Well, I was playing there's a plank. It's like one of the things when everyone gets at the beginning where you walk a plank. But you can also do stuff where you can fly around from building to building and put out fires.
Okay.
Like your hands the controllers turn from like jets to fire extinguishers depending on how you move. So if you forget and you put it in fire extinguisher mode when you're at the top of a 25, like boom, you start falling. And I did that, and I was like, "But here's the thing: like that didn't bother me. Like watching the screen come up towards me did not bother me. But there was a point when I was like, you step in and out of an elevator to activate stuff.
Okay.
And I was walking on the plank, and I'm like, I'll just jump back into the elevator, not realizing that the grid ended right at the recliner. So I jumped, and my shins hit the recliner. I was like, "Whoa!" God! I'm not off the ground at all. Yet it felt like I was like that was like, "Oh no!" And I I started doing the arm pedaling, like, "Oh no!" And I could hear like, "You're standing up, man. Just stand up. You're standing up." But it was amazing how much it messes with your sense of direction.
Just for future reference, anytime you touch anything on accident, yell zombies, and you can beat the piss out of anything around you. Okay, that's how it works. All right, this one I thought was awesome. In 1836, a sewer worker accidentally discovered an old drain that ran directly into the Bank of England's gold vault. Okay. He wrote the bank's...
I was like, did he tell anyone in 1875?
He wrote the bank's directors, because back then you didn't email them. So he wrote the bank's directors requesting a meeting in the vault at an hour of their choosing. He then popped out of the floor to greet them. Okay. Total misuse of any knowledge that you were given.
Right.
Okay. There was no cameras then.
I would have left him a note.
Yeah. You leave him the note in the vault.
Right.
Hey, there's a sewer drain here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you might want to plug this up.
My bad.
Yeah. Did you ever notice your vault smells like turds?
Right.
I found out why. And it cost you everything you had in here.
That's their thing. Look, you don't want that gold at home. Bring it down here. It smells like shit. Okay. Bring it down here. We will put it in our vault. It is safe. It is safe. But yeah, how would you I mean, nowadays there's videos you can't pop in a vault and be like, hey, I found a way in. Cool. The camera saw you from 50 different angles and they already know where you live and what you do, you know? But this guy, come on, man. Again, I guess the dumbass honesty award goes to, hey, just so you know, I can get in that vault.
Well, back then, it was probably also like there's one guy down there.
Right. Yeah.
Like everything got stolen out of the sewer drain we found in the vault. Oh, it was Jim.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Jim's the sewer guy. Like we know it's Jim.
Yeah. It's his nickname, the sewer guy.
Oh no, he goes by Castle Jim now. I don't know why he goes by.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, Sewer Jim has a castle.
He goes by Mexico Jim. He moved to a different country and he's living very, very comfortably. He's all good. That's where most people go, right? They hide out on the beaches. So yeah. But no, I thought that was really crazy. What a way to misuse. Like if that's your superpower, I find cool trick ways into places. That's one I would hold on to.
They'd be like, oh, I should tell these gentlemen that they have a hole in the bank vault.
Yeah. And do you realize though, too, I hate to say it, he could have.
You're great.
They're gold bars.
He pops up. Yeah. And they're like, you guys, you could have just stolen all this stuff. We never would have known. Oh. Yeah. That's where that noise originated.
That's right. Yeah.
There's just a guy in a trombone in the corner.
In the bank vault. He just sits in there.
How'd you get in here? I know about the sewer drain forever. I just practice in here.
I'm 10% of an inheritance, and they keep me in this vault right here. But no, you didn't have to take the whole amount.
Yeah.
You could have taken a little bit.
Yeah.
They're gold bars.
Yeah. Did we have like 2,700 gold bars in here or 2,698? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
meanwhile, the sewer guy's making a deposit.
Yeah.
He keeps depositing the same 2 bars over and over. That's his goal. I'll be back to make a deposit. See ya. That's so awesome.
They mark only those 2 bars. He's those same 2 he keeps grabbing.
He keeps getting the same 2. Yeah. Hey, bro, grab from the other side of the stack. That's so awesome. Or the Pink Panther music's playing. He's like, just creeping in. All right, one more, and this one's pretty good too. In 1999, a waitress named Tonda Lynn, which is a weird name, was tipped a lottery ticket and won $10 million.
They made a movie out of that.
Did they really?
Yeah, with Nick Cage.
Okay, she was sued by her coworkers for their share. Okay, she was then sued by the customer who tipped her the ticket. She was then sued by the IRS and almost kidnapped by her ex. So that whole, what would you do for $10 million?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Like, thinks her world is made.
Yeah.
And suddenly, well, that's like the thing you watch those shows probably about the lottery winners that.
Oh yeah, I've seen
they
them.
make all that money and then it ruins their lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, most of the time,
maybe that's why Sewer Jim didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
He's got a real crappy family.
He's like, look, I've seen the lottery shows.
Yeah,
I know.
I've been to the future. I've seen the lottery shows.
I've been to the future.
You just watch lottery shows in the future?
I'd like to deposit this DeLorean in your bank, please. Where did you get that? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You just wouldn't believe me. And these 2 gold bars.
All right, so
but to get sued,
like Tawanda Lane, what's her name again?
Tonda, Tonda Lynn. But here's the deal, Tawanda Lane, close, close, not
enough.
at all, not at all.
Close enough.
TL. So anyway, TL says, to imagine though, someone goes here because people do that sometimes. They give you maybe scratch off lottery tickets or this or that. Yeah. You could win a couple $100. I mean, maybe some of them you could win more.
Yeah, people do it for Christmas and stuff. Yeah,
right. Yeah, I hate to say it. It's not a lazy gift. It's a gift when you're like, I don't know I'm good enough, and it's an adult. You're like,
well, I think a lot of people do that. Like they'll throw it in it'll like spread out of the top of the stocking.
Right.
It'll pop out like you come down.
Or they'll put it in a card. You can put it in a card real easy. But the fact of the matter is if someone scratches it off in front of you and wins $1,000, you're like, dibs. Yeah. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. I put a lawn chair in there. Yeah. So that's mine. I called dibs.
Yeah. Now, and believe it or not, and Monster and Jen and other people that collect old toys, my mom and dad gave me millions of dollars worth of G.I. Joe guys and He-Man guys. I just didn't keep them pristine or store them for their entire life. You know what I mean? So in reality, if I did, my mom wouldn't come to me now and go, hey, remember them He-Man guys I bought you that you never played with and they're still in the package? Dibs. That's not how it works. Right. It's a gift. It's a gift, and people that do that collect that, they
Well, that message did not get to her ex and to her coworkers
Correct.
and the guy who tipped it.
Correct. Well, the ex is like, man, I was just like 2 months away from being half of that money. But $10 million. So if you take a payout, it's probably $5 million, whatever else.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to think my life's in danger, and I wouldn't want to be sued by everybody.
Yeah, I don't get. Is it because they tip share? Is that why the coworkers maybe?
Probably. Yeah,
probably,
it says coworkers for their share, but their share's not. That's a gift.
Yeah,
I don't know that that's a tip, but it did say was tipped a lottery ticket. So, in turn, maybe, but I don't know. That's pretty petty. But that also comes to, and I'm not going to stereotype, but if you're this might be a younger person that's waitressing or this or that, or a single mom, and a lot of times if you were if you were Elon Musk and one of your workers won $5 million, you're not going after them because it comes with the situation. You got to look around you. So I understand some of that, but to think that too, I'm going to get kidnapped by my ex.
Right.
What are they going to get out of kidnapping me?
They're great. You wake up like you've been kidnapped. You're like, this closet looks familiar.
I picked out this paint.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's those pants. I've been looking for them. Wait a minute.
This is so
Randy,
weird.
let me out of here.
I'm not Randy. He's just, I'm not Randy.
I'm not Randy. I am vengeance. You're not Batman either. Let me out, you idiot.
Right, yeah. That's the law. I am vengeance. No. You're Randy. I know those slippers. I bought them for you why kidnap me in slippers?
I'm not Randy. Can you make me a peanut butter sandwich like you used to? I mean, like you used to for Randy.
Right.
Damn it.
Who's this Randy you speak of? By the way, can you make that meatloaf? Yeah.
Can you make Randy's favorite meatloaf from Randy's mom's recipe?
Yeah, right. That's so awesome. And then wash my slippers. So anyway,
Can you show me how to work the washer so I can show Randy?
yeah, so I can show Randy when he gets home. He doesn't live here.
Because I know a guy named Randy.
Yeah. You're really proud of your new Randy voice, aren't you? You keep leaning into the mic like, look what I got, more Randy.
Young Herbert.
Just don't make me do it in front of someone.
Yeah. Hey, Chad Daniels, what do you see him do as Randy?
I can't do it, Randy. Why did you tell him that? I'm not Randy.
So let's go on to strange stories.
He's supposed to be sending us a new one. Did you send him that stuff he asked for, Mac? Mac, did you send him those clips he asked for?
No,
Yeah.
I did not.
Way to go. Way to
I'm
go.
gonna add this to the task list right now.
I can do that on Monday. It is now Saturday.
So we're all making fun of Dave. In reality, he's waiting on some vital information from Max.
Sorry,
He
Dave.
just asked for it last week,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah. And if
But
we-
it's now Saturday, and Dave hasn't been like, you know what? I was supposed to get something on Monday.
right.
Hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
Those Canadians in their
What does he
weird
want
time.
again?
I don't know. Let's talk about
yeah.
it on the podcast.
Yeah. Put a note to remind me after the podcast, and I'll look it up. 'Cause I'm not going to look it up now.
He talks in his phone. Hey Siri, remind me.
Hey,
Oh,
Google.
that's right. You texted me, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that in a while. Hey Google.
Hey, Google. Can you tell me where Randy is?
Yeah. Can you give me Randy's favorite meatloaf recipe? All right. So that was not me stumbling over words like a moron.
Say I'm Randy.
So the most bizarre heist in recent history. No, we
Wow,
did the
we
Maple-
got a theme for our 100th episode. Are you going to
Yeah.
rip up Mac off? Or is that the...
Right. Ta-da! No pay. I'm on 12 easy
He
payments.
lifts the monitor. We're not even in this room. The microphones, the table is all gone. How did they do that? Ta-da.
The only time they move fast. That and buffet lines. That's it. That's the only time.
Get out of my way, olds.
Yeah. So anyway, the first one is the German chocolate heist. All right.
No,
let's
was
see.
it Germans that heisted chocolate? Are the people heisting German chocolate? I have so many questions.
Thieves made off with an entire semi-truck trailer in the town of Neustadt, Germany. Inside the trailer was no less than 20 tons of Nutella, Kinder Surprise eggs, and various other chocolate products. In total, the load of chocolate had an estimated worth of $82,000.
That seems like a lot for just $82,000 of stuff you have to fence.
I wonder if it's connected to the peanut butter truck that disappeared. We're going after Reese.
Can you imagine if it was all baking chocolate and you were like, oh, are you kidding me?
It's like a truck of sand.
Yeah.
It's gross.
90% cacao. Get it out of here. Get it out.
What's weird is that's their code word for get out of now. When if somebody's coming, just go, cacao, cacao. Look at her. Look at her. Yeah. It says, according to German police, the crooks would have needed a whole truck of their own to pilfer the trailer. What we don't know, is
not
whether
necessarily. They could have just gotten a tow truck.
Right. Yes. We know a guy. It's hooked to a crane. It's hooked to a tow truck.
How much do you like Kinder Eggs?
Right.
Because I might have a tip for you. I'm all out of lottery tickets.
It's some grandma. Finally, enough baking chocolate to get through all these cookies. It's like, no, that's not what we wanted.
Can you crate it for me too?
They didn't, whether the trailer was loaded with chocolate, they didn't know. But bizarrely enough, on the same weekend, another trailer carrying $70,000 worth of fruit juice disappeared in another German city.
It's like that. Some rich kids just having a party at his house. I got juice and chocolate. Let's do it.
The high C and Nutella's on me, boys. It's on me. It's on me. Randy, I know you stole that high C and Nutella.
It wasn't me. I know what you're talking about.
It wasn't me. Stop. Can you make me a PB&J with Nutella?
I brought you a whole trailer full of chocolate. What can you do for me?
How about that sandwich? So, that's pretty crazy. I will tell you right now.
It's unrelated.
Huh?
It's unrelated to this other thing that happened.
Yeah.
Also food.
Yeah. Coincidentally, someone took. That'd be funny though if that was like they stole something healthy. You know, like something like it's
something
like
roughage.
Yeah, it's like the keto bandit. You know, it's like, what is he doing?
There's a whole truck worth of cabbage. They had to push that chocolate out.
The other thing is, so you don't want fresh food because you got to hurry up and get rid of it. You're like, Bill, you took the whole trailer. You've only eaten 2 heads of that cabbage.
I brought you a bunch of produce, Johnny. I can't take produce. What am I going to do with it? What do I look like, a grocery store? I can't take that. Take it back. I can't take it back. I stole it. Well, what are we going to do with all that produce? And that's how coleslaw was invented.
Correct. Then the mayonnaise truck disappeared.
I'm going to need eggs and oil stat.
All right. The Czech bridge heist. Stealing a bridge sounds like something a villain on a Saturday morning cartoon would do. But it's also something that going to Czech criminals with a bunch of power tools would do. The crooked crew swiped an entire bridge from a small town, Slavkov.
When you say Czech, you mean like Czechoslovakia, right?
Yeah, in the Czech Republic.
Like old people money, old people cash.
Yeah.
Old people credit cards.
Yeah. This wasn't some small wooden bridge either. It was a 650-foot long behemoth of a railroad bridge weighing 10 tons.
How do they move this?
Okay, I need the whole town to look that way.
Hey, David Copperfield, you free this week?
Something tells me they used to steal sand on beaches in trucks. Not only that, they carried the
That'd be like if you went to that town. Like, you see the corn cribs? Yeah. Okay. Well, you're on the wrong side because now you drive all the way around because someone stole our
right.
Our bridge.
You drive right through there, like you're gonna see this big 600 foot long bridge. You're gonna want it when you get to that, you're gonna go under it and then hang a left. There's no bridge. There's no bridge.
Well, there's just a bridge sitting on the ground, but it's not going over anything. What's this bridge just doing out here?
But it says not only that, they carried the crime out in broad daylight. The criminals forged documents stating that they were a work crew tasked with dismantling the bridge.
It sounds like something Springfield and Shelbyville would do.
Yeah.
We need a bridge. I know one who has one in Shelbyville. Let's go get it.
Take a guess for how much the gang managed to sell the tons of metal. That's right. They got
scrap.
Yeah. They got an astronomical $6,300.
They can't even buy that truck of chocolate.
Their labor costs.
Yeah, I was going to say, it probably costs 6 digits to get all that set up.
Yeah.
All right, I can tell you fake documents, 100 G's, like minimum. Yeah. I think we can make that back.
I know Tony Kinko's. We can make copies. We can
make that back.
For $6,300, we have a missing bridge that's going to cost us millions of dollars to replace. Right. For $6,300, they got scrapped. That is amazing.
Yeah. It'd be great if the town they stole it from, like, we'll give you $8,500.
Yeah.
We'll give you $8,500, no questions asked.
This crew is like the worst group of Grinches you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it home. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to bring it back next year. Put it right back there. You know, there was a bolt that was broken. We can't have people driving across that.
How?
Yeah.
What? I can't think of like who.
The mayor?
Someone had to sit down and plan that whole thing out.
Yeah.
Except for what they could possibly get for it at the end.
Except for the government that says, no, we don't have that in our budget to take down a bridge. I mean, someone's got to look over there and be like, what are they doing? I don't know, Mayor. What are we doing?
He stopped doing stuff.
Yeah.
He's in the bank vault waiting for the guy to show him where the... Hey, did you know they're taking down the railroad bridge? I didn't. Your name's on the thing. Well, that's weird.
Meanwhile, the Union Pacific guy's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And
it just,
right. Yeah.
yeah, because they couldn't have taken them like an hour. They had to take like all. Like,
the guys were like, more scrap.
Yeah.
They just pick up the train. More scrap. More scrap.
Well, that's $500 worth of scrap right there.
Right. Yeah. Come on, man. This one after it is probably about the same boat. The Russian church heist. If you tell me they took a whole church, how do you top stealing a bridge? Well, you have to be bigger and steal an entire church. Russian criminals took apart and sold off the 200-year-old church in the village of Komarovo.
That's another one where, right, the old lady that lives across the street, it's like, well, that's odd.
Yeah.
I didn't read in the bulletin that they're taking down the church this week.
Been there for years.
I was going to bring some stuff to the potluck next week. What's going on?
The village is so remote the thieves could work undisturbed as they dismantled the 2-story building, brick by brick. By the time anyone noticed the theft, all that remained in the church were the foundations and a couple of wall sections. Bizarre as church thefts sound, it's apparently not uncommon in Russia. Religious artifacts and building materials are sold for a hefty price. That's amazing. So, I mean, the thing is
it's like remote or remote enough for someone that could do anything about it noticed.
Right.
Because it's just literally like field, church, field. Like nothing else around it at all.
You're right, though. It's the one lady on the porch. That's odd.
Yeah.
It seems weird. That's so weird.
I wish I would have not left my landline and my cell phone somewhere. I would call this in.
This one, the headline's awesome. The Amsterdam cheese slicer heist.
They didn't sell cheese. They stole the slicer?
You don't always need to steal tons of steel to top things in the headlines. Sometimes you just need to slip away with a single expensive and weird item. Case in point, the Amsterdam Cheese Museum. Swear to God, that's a real thing. I just read it.
There's a mustard museum in Wisconsin. I believe this.
Okay. Was shocked when thieves stole cheese slices held on display at the museum. But it wasn't just any utensil. Oh, it was a cheese slicer, sorry. It wasn't just any utensil. It was the world's most expensive cheese slicer. Is this something that they rank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd you say this was? Amsterdam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Amsterdam, this is Copenhagen on the line. How much your slicer worth? We just got a new one. We want to check it out. You're still on top.
Worth an
Rats.
approximate $28,000.
Yeah. Aces, Amsterdam, you're aces.
Are they all gangsters now?
Yeah,
every one of them.
Everyone.
Every one of the 20s
everyone of the whole world
is 20s gangsters.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a word on the street, Johnny. Everyone's a gangster now. That's what I hear. Same guy, same voice, everyone.
So Randy's gone. Yeah. Now we're gangsters. Gotcha. Okay.
I was never Randy.
So it says the ludicrously valuable Bosca Holland slicer is made of platinum and covered with 220 diamonds.
Why do you need to do that? You know what slices?
Some fancy cheese.
Yeah.
Like some piano wire and a stick will cut you some
Right, I
cheese.
was
Why
gonna
do
say.
you need platinum and platinum?
So that's the only thing you guys can cut cheese with here? You got to bring all your cheese. You get in a line. Is that a
Right.
cheese line? Yeah, but it's just to be cut. It's just to be cut.
There were a lot of cheese lines.
Yeah, it's just to be cut. That's all. They're not giving it out. You bring
This isn't that eating cheese.
It's BYOC.
Yeah.
It's BYOC, baby. Bring it. The last one on this list. Bank heist. The Agricultural Bank of China heist. There's nothing particularly weird about this heist. This guy named Ren Zhefong. It starts with an X, and I think I said it right. Manager.
So then he let her, and I don't think he did.
Manager at the bank stole $26,000 from the bank with the help of 2 security guards. What's bizarre is how he decided to cover his tracks. He used the money to buy lottery tickets. He's a good tipper. From what I hear, he's a good
This all
tipper.
circles back.
In the hopes he'd win enough money to cover up the theft and still profit. And what do you know? The plan worked. And if it worked once, it's bound to work again, right? Not so. For his second attempt, he stole $4.3 million. He went from $26,000 to $4.3 million.
They'll never miss it.
And blew almost all of it on the lottery, only to get nothing in return. What? You $4.3 million.
Right. Just walk out. You won.
Yeah.
You're a winner.
That ding, ding, ding. Okay.
How can I launder this money?
Yeah.
I know. The lottery.
Desperate, he then stole another $2.3 million to buy more lottery tickets, only to lose everything again. He's now lost $4.6 million of the bank's money on lottery tickets. At this point, Chinese authorities noticed the missing funds and promptly arrested him and executed Ren. He died. Oh my God.
That's the problem with the cold
Dude,
read.
the last sentence is awesome.
Problem with the cold read. 900 paragraphs up to, and
Okay.
he's dead.
Okay, so let me do this. Not a cold read this time. At this point, Chinese authorities noticed the missing funds and promptly arrested and executed Ren.
They literally were like, and Chinese authorities got arrested him, and oh no.
Right. I'm like that newscaster
Yeah.
first day on. You want me to read what?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Right, yeah. Apparently, Ren was severely overweight and not Japanese and not ridiculed by Mac over there. So this is how other people get knocked off. They don't have to jump off a balcony. But dude, that's amazing. That is amazing. So he stole on $26,000.
They're like, hey, you know what? We know a way to nip this in the bud. This man will never steal again.
Right. It's like when you come out of the bathroom. Hey, did you fix the drain? Solved it. Fixed it.
The guy likes to gamble. Maybe they gave him a 50-50.
Yeah.
Heads or tails? You walk or we shoot you in the face?
The guillotine, he don't know which one's going to drop. His ankles are in one, his head's in another. Okay. Are you a gambling man? What? Can you give me 2 to 1 odds? Yeah, we put 2 feet in this end
Yeah.
and one in this end. So we're good. We're good. It's 2 to 1 odds. You're either going to limp or you're not going to see anything. I guess they did say, though, when a guillotine comes down, doesn't your head stay live for like because your brain?
Yeah, there's still some electrical activity in your brain when it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're supposed to be able to look back up and see well, depending on which way your head rolls. If you're face down in the basket, probably not.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
Max paying attention now. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, this is wicker. Bam, you're dead, you know? It's like with me, it'd be like a clothes basket, and it'd be like, there's my sock. You know what I mean? And then boom, you're done.
Is this one of those hampers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those basket/hampers. I don't like a unitasker, so I appreciate.
Right. Mine would be a picnic basket. But, ooh, cake. Damn it. I got no hands to get it to my mouth. This is hellish torture.
No, they make it a glass bottom one and put the food right on the other side. Dunk. Oh, you thought your last meal was going to be right there, but it wasn't.
Oh, so close.
Last thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, knowing you though, your throat hole would still be trying to like make it about you.
Yeah.
Can you translate that? Yeah, it's all about him.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what air is coming out of him; it's about him.
We almost couldn't get the guillotine to work. There was so much drool when he saw all that stuff below the glass.
Thought they distracted you.
Yeah.
Hey, you hear someone counting? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, what are we doing here? This is so weird.
Hey, can you get my face closer to that food? Oh, we will.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Give us a few seconds.
Yeah. Wow. Can you get my face closer? That's a great line. That's a great line. That might be the title of this episode. Can you get my face closer to that food? It might be.
So far, we've drowned you.
Yeah.
I love this episode.
Yeah. Great 100th, everybody.
Yeah,
Great 100th. So I want to do one more. All right. I want to do one more strange story. This is creatures you really don't want biting you.
I could name a lot of them, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Any of them? How many do you want biting
So
you?
the first one is house cat.
All right.
Okay.
Max out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you just sigh about house cats?
Yeah.
What, were you hoping for something better?
No, I already know where this is going.
It says 80% of all cat bites end up getting infected. And they aren't nice either. Up to 90% of cats carry Pastorella multicot. Again, I have to be a doctor. Aspirin. Most of cats carry Advil. Okay, so in their mouths, this bacterium can quickly cause pneumonia and even brain abscesses from a cat bite.
These are like wild cats, right?
I don't know. Probably the ones that ate your chickens.
No, I'm just saying because I got this cat. He's kind of a jerk. He bites me, and no brain abscesses yet.
Well, that you know of.
Well, hey, it's always hope.
Yeah. Jot down that thing I asked you to do,
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah. Make a note. We know you don't like to write stuff down.
I already did it. You're welcome, Dave.
So I didn't know cats were that. I know you're not supposed to like what they used to have, like cat scratch fever and stuff, because they have bacteria and they'd cut into you, and I get it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that you'd have a brain abscess. That's pretty crazy.
If you get gifted some cats, unrelated.
Right, yeah. Nicole's allergic to them. You're going to kill us both on accident. Well, one of us is not an accident, I guess.
Hey, sometimes friendly fire.
Yeah, right. You got to break a few eggs, man. I'm making an omelet here. Making an omelet. All right. An inland taipan. It's one of the deadliest snakes in the world. We go from cats to a snake.
To something you might actually have in your house to something you'll probably never see. Or, really? I don't want a snake to bite me? Thanks, phone.
And it says it's not because they're dangerous, though. It just happens to live in parts of Australia where people rarely go. But many available. Oh, man. If you manage to get bit by one of them, you have to. Wait a minute. It says it's not the most dangerous, but then it says in the next sentence is the most venomous snake in the world. So.
Is it not that dangerous because most people aren't around them? Is that why?
Maybe. Because like a rattlesnake, people are around those.
You don't run into them very often?
Right. King cobras, people like, oh, they really hate
Well,
when
maybe
you do
it's
this.
like it's universally not a danger because most people aren't near them. But if you do get near them, you're dead.
You're dead. It contains both neurotoxins and hemotoxins. In plainer words, you can expect your lungs, heart, and kidneys to stop working while you start hemorrhaging internally. Wow. Unlike many other snakes.
Really ending this one on a high note.
Yeah. Unlike many other snakes, it doesn't believe in dry bites. Instead, it pumps venom. Dry bites.
Yeah.
That was my nickname in high school.
Yeah, just testing.
Yeah, dry bites.
Just checking. Not sure if I want to waste any fluids. Hold on.
I want to say something so bad, but it's our 100th episode. I'm not going to cut it out. So anyway, just a tip. Unlike many other snakes, the inland taipan
That will remain a mystery.
doesn't believe in dry bites, but it does. It pumps the venom in practically every bite. There's a good reason for that too. Its venom is tailor-made for killing warm-blooded mammals,
Which presumably doesn't see a lot, right?
Right.
Because
I would think so because
yeah.
where it is. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the snake's ridiculous biting accuracy. How do you, it's your face. You should have accuracy with the one thing you launch at things.
Yeah. They have no arms or legs or anything else.
Yeah.
It's literally just I have this one. Yeah.
His buddy's in the tree going, so close.
It's literally like a living javelin.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Hey, that point in the end's pretty accurate. You think?
Yeah.
It's the only thing I have.
You mean the one I'm aiming with? The one that I sightlined you with? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit.
The one right below my eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing, Billy? Sighting myself in, and he's just straightening himself out.
It'd be like if we were like, hey, you're really accurate with your nose and mouth. I know.
Yeah.
They're right below my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I've never missed a bite of food
If I
going
aim
in.
my eyes for something, my nose is probably going to hit it too.
Yeah. That's just on accident.
Yeah.
It's on accident.
I didn't even try.
Yeah. It's on
I
accident.
didn't mean to put my nose there. It's just where my eyes were.
The third one is saltwater crocodile. That one I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cats, snake you'll never see, crocodile.
Yeah. As a man who's moving to Florida, I don't plan on taking cats with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's one animal that I've named so far.
Do you want a suitcase that is 80% mouth to bite you? No, I don't.
Yeah. You know those boots you like to wear? Yeah. He'd like them back. So, it has the single most powerful recorded bite of any animal in the world. Bite force of 3,700 psi. That's crazy.
Literally a hydraulic press with teeth. Yeah,
Right.
sure. Go ahead.
But
get a little nip.
what's so weird on those? You with your hand, you can hold their mouth
Yeah,
shut.
you use with your literally your fingers. You can just hold it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
but you
pretty
can't
great.
pry it apart.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the old chest freezer I used to have in my garage. After the kids sat on it, it was very hard to open, right?
I'm making this crocodile story about me.
But when the lid fell on you, because it did every time, it was probably almost 3,700 pounds. It was probably close. It was probably real close.
Probably
It was
close.
probably real close. Yeah.
I really wish I put some teeth in that then.
Yeah. It says, can you bench press a pickup truck? If not, then you won't be prying those jaws open.
Then you won't be stealing a bridge in Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. It's also, because they got what do they call the death roll? Because
Yeah.
they grab you, they pull you in the water to drown you,
Right.
and they spin. So you basically, pretty soon you're going to stop putting up a fight.
Yeah.
And you're good.
Well, that's because Tallulah Lake showed Randy how to use the washing machine,
Right.
and then they show the crocodiles. That's that spin cycle that'll get you.
You got TL right. So that's good. TL.
You got to watch out for that spin cycle.
The next one is Brazilian wandering spider.
Cat, snake, crocodile, spider.
Yeah. Why do they call them wandering spiders? They're also called armed spiders or banana spiders. I've heard of banana spiders. They are a family of large spiders. Their body are usually about 1 inch or 2 inches in length. Their legs can reach 7 inches long. Dude,
Nope.
That would freak me out.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're wandering. They just like take one step and they're 15 feet away.
Yeah. Did he outrun him? Yeah.
How did he get over there?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
He's by the door turning the lock. Damn it. I didn't think you had thumbs. I had no idea.
He turned the lock and he turns around. He's like, I got him, Randy.
Yeah.
They're ours now.
I'm not Randy.
You thought it was Randy.
They're very truthful. I got him, Randy. I effing got him. He's just yelling.
I killed Randy a long time ago.
Right. So it says, though, that honestly, it's their bite you should fear. Their venom containing multiple toxins causing an amazing list of symptoms. But most of all, an intense burning pain at the bite location. You should get that looked at. Yeah. Does it burn? A little bit.
A little bit.
Right there, yeah. Within 30 minutes, you'll start sweating and feeling cold. Well, you got time. You got time.
He had time.
This is the only one where you might have time. The snake, boom, you're dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The crocodile, you're dead and you're eaten.
Yeah.
This is the only one where it's like, hey, I got a little. So look, you can either catch up on your emails or
maybe share a banana with the spider.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you want to split one?
It just bites you again.
It's not funny, dude.
It says they hang out in banana bunches. So that's so awesome. You said, let's share a banana.
That's why.
Yeah. But sometimes they make their way around the world traveling in banana shipments. So guess who's going to check their counter every time Nicole comes home from the store?
She just like starts hanging bananas on that little hanger you have.
Yeah.
Whack!
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just knocking that stuff
Like
right.
it's a piñata. Blam! Bananas everywhere, all over the counters.
What are you doing? I'm saving your life. Where is my thank you?
I hit it with a bat. It's not even my hand. It's like so awesome. The next one. You know what? Hang up on yourself, caller. Mosquito.
Yeah, really? That's what I said. What animal do you not want to bite you? All of them.
Yeah. Right. If you got bitten by a mosquito or you're still alive, count yourself lucky. Some scientists have named mosquitoes the world's deadliest animal.
They do carry diseases, but it's usually
Yeah.
you usually have to go to a place where they have disease.
Yeah. And most famous is malaria. They cover that, or they carry that. And
I'm surprised that they haven't figured out a way to transmit the beatus in this country.
right. Yeah.
How'd you get diabetes? Well, I went to a picnic. Did you have a lot of sugar? No, there's a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of fat people.
Potato salad and deviled eggs
Yeah.
lead to diabetes.
Did they?
Hey, the last one. Okay, listen. Mosquitoes are terrible. Okay, terrible.
Yeah.
I could kill a mosquito in a second. Zero recourse. Zero
Right.
recourse. No one's gonna come after me. The last one is human.
Animal so the list of everything they could pick up.
Yeah.
We can get 4. We need 5 for this list. Human? You want to go with human?
Yeah, human. It says, but of all the creatures living on the planet, you absolutely do not want to get bitten by your fellow human beings. As it turns out, your mouths are effing disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay?
I have to look at yours for an hour every Saturday.
Right. Yeah. Human bites have higher rates of infection than bites from animals.
You
When's
got
the last-
time. You got time. You got 30 minutes.
Well, they have a higher rate because there's a much lower number of human bites, I have to think, than there are of animal bites.
Are you bringing math into this?
Yeah. Let's do some ciphering, Jethro. And let's realize that if 4 people got bit by humans with dirty mouths and 4 people got sick, that's 100%.
Yeah, there's also that thing where they're like, oh, but your dog's mouth is way cleaner than yours. I'm not licking my own butthole.
Yeah.
I don't like your science, sir.
And it's merely because I can't. Okay, it's not. I wouldn't choose to if I was able to.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
And I probably wouldn't make a big scene of it in the middle of the living room.
Right. I wouldn't be like, hey, we're all watching TV. Cool. Look at this. I wouldn't be doing that either. Yeah. Yeah. Now,
yeah, we see what you're doing. We got it. We know what you're doing.
I say that. Not knowing
would.
if I really had that power, we don't know. Okay, we really don't know. I know I would have an extra breakfast. I do know that. Okay,
And you'd ask if it's okay.
Yeah,
Is it okay if I order a second breakfast?
Yeah, everybody would instantly become my equipment salesman because as soon as they make any kind of food, I would be right where the dogs are all the time. But it says human bites have higher rates of infection. More than 700 different bacteria live in your tongues and teeth.
In my tongues and teeth? How many tongues you got?
On your tongues and teeth. That's what it says.
Again, you say tongues.
It says tongues. It's written tongues.
I can't read it. It's too small.
I can't see that. Couldn't possibly see that.
Couldn't possibly see that.
By the way, I hate people that have.
By the way, if you see me tonight at Old Town, I'll tell you about that thing about tongues.
Right.
Hey, Max, did you turn the timer off on our music? Because it feels like we've been here forever.
You guys said you might go long, so.
We also told you to leave the music on because we had a whole bit around
you know what's weird though? Is I told my wife that once too, and liar.
Yeah.
Liar.
We said leave the music on because we were going to do something funny with the music, and now it's like 8 minutes past.
How about that?
Hey, you know what?
Missed that detail. I must have been setting up some camera equipment.
I have it on a timer. It goes an hour every time I start you off.
Oh, there's no more deviled eggs on the roof. Yes. 100
Hey, everybody.
episode.
It's been 100 episodes. We're just going to ignore this. Let it play forever. We want to thank everyone that's been a part of this. Thank all of our guests, all of our audience, all of our sponsors. Call us again.
Especially Victory Auto Wreckers, right?
One of us hopes to do at least 100 more. I'm not going to name who name it is. It's not ellipses.
It's Mac.
Yeah.
He wants the money.
That was the secret. I wasn't going to say it.
Right. Yeah. It's Mac.
He wants 100 more, but not of us doing it.
Right. Yeah.
So if anyone else wants to fill out that checks out with, you go right ahead. Seriously, thank you everybody for 100 episodes. We're going to do something special. We're still working it out. You know us. We'll probably do it around our 118th episode.
Yeah.
I am Ted. He is Damon. Find us on all the socials. That checks out. WDT. Thank you very much. Damon, go ahead. Sign off for us. Changing up 100 episodes.
No.
Not going to say anything. Damon doesn't thank anyone. Thank you guys. Audiohive Podcasting Studio. Come on down, do your own show.
I just gave him a blank stare.
Yeah,
He's like,
nothing?
Really?
Nothing? Damon doesn't care. It's not about him. He doesn't care.
And Mac's going, they're over an hour. You know, it's a minimum hour per charge.
Keep talking. That checks out.
Dan, I've never heard the end of this song before. Mac, start the music. Yeah, I was gonna say too. We might go if we go a couple minutes over. Is that cool? I'll pay.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the studio time. I'm not worried about it. I just want to. It gets our 100th, and I want to make sure we're good. I don't want to feel rushed at the end. Hey, if you want to still leave the music on, that's fine. I'll pleasantly deny it if we're still going.